Hi, I'm Rhea, the Life and Arts editor from the Daily Texan. This past weekend, I flew to Atlanta to follow 15 UT pre-med students for the Health Equity Exposure Experience to visit the CDC, Georgia Tech, and more.
I feel excited, ready to land.
After a short night's rest, we became the first group to be allowed to visit the CDC since the pandemic began. Tiffany Brown, the Deputy Chief of Staff at the CDC, and Carrie Codwell, the Deputy of the CDC's Chief of Staff, guided us through the CDC, what the CDC does, and how they promote health equity. The students had the opportunity to ask the leaders in health equity, inclusion, and accessibility programs about any concrete plans they have for the future on a local, national, and global scale and propose solutions of their own. We were able to tour the training lab and emergency operations center and take a deep dive into seeing how those work.
CDC got founded, there was established during World War II an initiative called Malaria Control and War.
On day 2, the group stopped by the Atlanta Beltline, a historic railroad that's filled with art, culture, and lots of friendly faces. We gave a visit to Mark Smith, Richard Stewart, Carly Gilson, and other leaders in sports medicine and athletic training at Georgia Tech. And we took a peek at the football locker rooms, sports medicine clinics, and the football stadium. On our last day, we visited the National Center for Civil and Human Rights and the Martin Luther King Jr. National Historical Park, and we reflected on the impactful information we learned about health equity for the past few days.
Yeah, you're going to meet with the number 2 in command of CDC. Yeah, you'll meet with one of the dudes who wrote Obamacare. Yeah, you'll meet with some people that you're like, what?
How did you get in these positions? Because sometimes if you're sitting where you are now, if you're anything like me in school, I couldn't tell you how to get to the next level. But to hear somebody else's story makes that experience and that position a little bit more tangible for yourself. And like, oh, I can get there. So to hear these experiences, what happens, it almost humanizes the position and humanizes what we often put on a pedestal that has no reason for being on a pedestal in the first place. You have this sense of being in a position of power, having a platform that oftentimes people that look like us don't have. So that's kind of why we're creating this space and these pre-sessions that help prep, but then to help to make sure that you can maximize that experience and not just be a dope trip, but to be something that actually moves the needle in your life and in your career.